This country's Chief Electoral Officer faces possible jail time if she fails to include a Commonwealth citizen on the voters list before noon today. That's our top story in our Barbados Today morning news update for Monday, May the 14th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Chief Electoral Officer Angela Taylor has been ordered by the Caribbean Court of Justice to register St. Lucian Eddie Ventos as an elector in Barbados before noon today, or be imprisoned and or fined. The judgment, which turned down the local appeals court order, was handed down during a special sitting of the Trinidad-based CCJ yesterday. Now, Ventos went to the CCJ after the local court of appeal had quashed an earlier order of the Chief Justice, Sir Marson Gibson, who had ruled that Commonwealth citizens who met the requirements under the Representation of the People Act have a right to vote here. Ventos and 3 other CARICOM nationals living here for more than a decade had challenged the long-standing policy of the Electoral and Boundaries Commission that Commonwealth citizens were not eligible to be on the list if they did not enjoy permanent residency, immigrant status, or citizenship of Barbados. However, the CCJ declared in its judgment read by President Sir Dennis Byron that Ventos must be allowed to register in time to vote in the May 24th general election.
The court is satisfied that on the basis of judicial findings pronounced in this matter, which have not been appealed, the appellant has satisfied the necessary legal and regulatory conditions for registration as an elector. Mrs. Angela Taylor, the Chief Electoral Officer, shall register or cause the appellant to be registered as an elector before 12 noon on Monday, the 14th day of May, 2018. And if you, the within named Angela Taylor, Chief Electoral Officer, do not comply with this order, you may be held to be in contempt of court, and you may be imprisoned and or fined.
The CCJ also strongly condemned the Electoral and Boundaries Commission long-standing policy that determined which Commonwealth citizens can register to vote here.
The long-standing policy of the Electoral and Boundaries Commission in relation to Commonwealth citizens to register as electors only those persons who are Barbadian citizens, permanent residents, or holders of immigrant status is unlawful and ultra vires.
Meanwhile, Barbados Labour Party leader Mia Mottley has been seeking to explain her party's proposal to reprofile the country's massive debt should it win the May 24th general election. Speaking at a national rally at Baxters Road, the city, Saturday night, Mottley said too much money now goes toward debt repayment.
You need to reprofile your debt. You need to bring down the interest costs. Because if we're spending all that money in interest, we ain't got no money left to buy drugs for the hospital. We ain't got no money left to buy food for school meals. We ain't even got no money left to feed the people up at the prison.
And Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair has told residents of St. John they can look forward to infrastructural development if the incumbent Democratic Labour Party is returned to government. Addressing supporters of Gall Hill St. John Saturday night, Sinclair promised a mini town for 4 rows with appropriate facilities and a hive of activity that would benefit people outside of St. John as well. He also revealed plans for what he called a radical road repair and reconstruction project for the constituency.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
One night, one winner. Only one team can deliver balanced, comprehensive, unrivaled coverage. Barbados Today, Capital Media HD 99.3, and 6 Gear Studios. Don't miss election night on www.facebook.com/ Barbados Today on www.barbadostoday.bb, live on www.capitalmediahd.com and on www.facebook.com/Capital Media HD.
Welcome back with news from the region now. The Christian community in Trinidad is seeking to pressure the government against repealing the country's buggery laws. Protesters who took to the streets over the weekend fear there's more than meets the eye behind a push to repeal the Sexual Offences Act.
Placards and prayers outside of the Parliament. Over 200 members of the Christian community under TT cause sending a message to the state. Do not repeal the buggery law.
We would like the government, even if it will take a referendum, to put some clause, do something that will protect the nation of Trinidad and Tobago.
But protect the nation from what? Well, for one, they feel children will be left vulnerable to what they call the LGBT agenda by means of schooling and brainwashing.
They are already, for what I know, targeting the children from as young as 3 to 5 years old through CSE and also SOGI from the UN.
To Christians, it's a justification and normalization of homosexuality. But there's a simultaneous fear. Given a few international litigation cases stemming from business owners of Christian faith refusing to perform certain activities they believe go against their religion, like the baking of a same-sex wedding cake or allowing a homosexual couple to stay at a guest house, the Christian community feels there is going to be a trade-off of their rights for those of the LGBTQIA community.
And on the international scene, police believe a husband, wife, and their 4 children carried out the suicide attacks on 3 churches in Indonesia that left 7 people dead. We pick up the story in this CNN report.
Shock, confusion, and horror. A series of suicide bombings Sunday morning targeting 3 Christian churches in Indonesia's 2nd largest city. Carried out within minutes of each other by 6 members of the same family with suspected links to ISIS in Indonesia. Worshippers at Santa Maria Catholic Church, the Indonesian Christian Church, and the Pentecost Central Church in Surabaya run in disbelief, ushered by police, amidst scattered debris as more people are reported dead or injured.
They were doing mass and my husband was receiving guests. He opened the doors. He's injured really badly.
This CCTV footage captured one of the suicide bombers riding a motorcycle before detonating his explosives. According to police, the father drove a van with his wife and 2 daughters, aged 12 and 9. He dropped them off at one of the churches where they detonated a bomb inside. He then drove to the next church and detonated his bomb in front of the building. At the same time, the 2 sons blew up their bombs while riding motorcycles at the 3rd church.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.